We're joined by not Barb Barker with his fancy-looking microphone. That is head
coach.
Come
on down.
Head coach of the Norwin Knights, Vince DeAugustine. Vince, great job.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about that win here tonight, a big win.
Yeah, sure. It was definitely a big win. We just coming off that grind with Powerade and then counties, and obviously this section schedule, it's rough. So I was curious to see how the guys responded. We had to make a couple moves lineup-wise. I mean, ultimately we wanted to have the Solomon and Phipps matchups and the Spears and Kranitz matchup. But we had a kid, Minerva, get hurt at counties, so we had to make some moves that we thought were important for us to win the match.
Sure.
When would you say tonight was the turning point where you kind of – I don't know if there was any point where you were like, all right, we got this in the bag. I know when Kranitz went out there, I mean, you guys were like, we pretty much got it.
I would say what we looked at is that we had to get a lot of our points from 60 to heavyweight, and we knew that going in. So we started off with Gil. We started the match at 170, so we wanted to get Gil up there and finish with Kranitz. And kind of, to be honest with you, we had to move him away from Spears because we wanted to be able to finish with a good chance of 6 points there, and hopefully Frankie started out. But I would say the turning point, Josh Page had a big win for us, and our heavyweight there, that was his first varsity win. The kid was giving up like 60 pounds, but, he still had to wrestle, and for a first varsity win, he did a good job.
Yep.
And, coming around and Henning getting the fall at 13 helped. And, again, we wanted to see the matchups that are, that were going to be good, that we saw at counties. We wanted to see that, but ultimately in a dual meet situation with a guy injured, we had to do what we had to do.
Right. Vince, talk a little bit about the remaining schedule. I know it wraps up kind of quick here in the next couple weeks before the team tournament gets underway, but what's coming up for the Knights?
So we have Penn Trafford on Wednesday, so that will determine, if we make the playoffs or not, I'm assuming. And then we go, I think our Pittsburgh Central Catholic match rescheduled for the following Monday, and then Wednesday we are Plum, and then we start the playoffs. So if we're fortunate enough to get in that second spot, I believe we would then compete against Hempfield and Latrobe, which is, we're fortunate to be able to compete against schools like that because ultimately that's what preps us for the end of the year. And, just continue to grind. We're going to take a couple days off here, maybe next weekend, rest up. We got some injuries that we're dealing with a little bit, but ultimately at the end of the day, we're fortunate to be able to have competition like these guys and Penn Trafford and Kiski and all them.
Coach, you guys, with that big, huge win from Ryan Weinzen, I mean, you had 4 in the finals this past Saturday, 3 champs. You were able to jump into that third place spot, finished up there exactly where you finished last year. And then tonight you have this big Section 1A match with definite team playoff implications.
For sure.
What was the message to the kids, to continue that grind? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of gave them a day off. It would have been ideal for us to come in and maybe do a little weight loss practice yesterday. But these guys were helping at the Keystone tournament at Norwin, so kind of wanted to give them an opportunity to relax a little bit. But, that's kind of – we had to make some decisions there, of course, to it was easy to make that decision for Curtis to make weight at 28 and go to 32 because we had an injury there. So some guys were forced into making some weight that for back, Friday, Saturday weigh in, and then a Sunday not practicing, and then coming Monday. They did a good job, but it was tough. It was I wouldn't recommend that they schedule a section match on a Monday.
Yeah, it's like
especially in our section,
like the Pittsburgh Penguins schedule.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It 2 games at 22
it's
hours.
good. We're getting ready to compete. We got to, like I said, we'll take a couple days off here after Wednesday's match and regroup and reevaluate things, and hopefully go from there.
Coach,
thanks,
best of luck to you.
I appreciate you guys. You know that.
Anytime.
Not so much
coach.
you,
That's head coach Vince DeAugustine of the Norwin Knights.